Welcome back to the Workbench. Dave here at Scale Models Midwest. I hope you're having a great weekend. I am too, just downstairs listening to some music, and past couple of days just been watching some of the tournament play. Go Iowa State, go Cyclones men and women's team, go Iowa Hawkeyes, and go Wolfpack. I'm from North Carolina, so I back the Pack just as well. They won the ACC tournament, so I'd like to see all of those teams go deep into the NCAA play, but for now, I'm down on the workbench, just having a little bit of fun, getting these sub-assemblies together on AMT's 60 Chevy truck. Want to show you a few little tidbits before I go and button this up. I don't have an awful lot left to put on the truck, usually chassis stuff over here. As you can see, battery, exhaust, radiator, and some of the underhood bits, and then of course the chrome pieces, and then naturally I have the rest of this here. Now I have, because I was playing with it, the tires and rims from the Pontiac Firebird that I had from last year, and I decided nope, I'm not going to use them, but I just wanted to show you they do look pretty cool. And there was a Scale Auto magazine article where someone did take this truck and redid it like a shop truck with aftermarket tires and rims. But I mean, these didn't look bad, you know, that's how they would look, but I would have to do some adjusting to get it to fit up into the wheel well, because if I were going to use aftermarket tires and rims for this, I'd want this thing sitting in the ground like it's on airbags. But instead, I'm going to use stock tires and wheels. I think that fits the bill for what I wanted for this truck just fine. So just wanted to kind of show you that. But again, these are from the Pontiac Firebird. They're two-piece, and I liked them, and I'm going to save them for another project. But these, I think, are way better. These are the stock hubcaps for the 60 truck. I just did a little bit of black wash, and you can use wide whites or narrow whites. I like the wide whites. I think that plays off well for the truck, so that's where I'm going. Anyhow, let me move these out of the way. The dashboard and the interior, I got that all buttoned up. I went with a gray and white interior with silver panel on the inside. I saw a truck online that was like that, and I thought, why not? Here I have the dashboard detailed out. This is the Gull Gray from Tamiya, both on the seat and on the dashboard. And everything out has been either picked out detailed black. I have a white pencil that I used for the dash markings. It's this one right here. It's a Taylor's Chuck pencil. So have those. They're really good for the really small dashboard detail bits. The engine, I've got this all together, and once I have the wiring, I'm going to go out today and see if I can find some red or yellow or even just regular black wiring. 6 for the distributor and for the side here where I have drilled out the holes, as you can see. And I think I've got some rubber I might use for the boots. And then of course I've got to have one for the coil, which I think that's what this is. But again, that's all I have left to do on this one. Put the air cleaner on the top of the carb, and then I'll be able to install that in the engine. So I like the blue that came with it. Tried to get it as close to factory blue as I could. And this actually is, I think, Tamiya's TS23 that they would use for the Petty race cars that I used for this. So I did that over a black base coat. I think it turned out nice. A little bit of wash on that and she'll be good to go. So big thing, of course, is the body. I'm going to go ahead and take it off the chassis here. I was just kind of mocking it up. Again, the chassis pretty much done. Did a little bit of weathering on it. Still might do some dry brushing, but still this looks pretty sharp, ready for the last parts. And then the bed, I did do what I intended, and I did a wooden bed, as you can see there. And also, if you're doing this, do the same here. I still have to do the one coat of clear orange, but it'll be ready to go once I start putting the final together. The brown itself is Tamiya TS69 linoleum or deck brown. I used that. I decanted it into a cup and then just brushed it. There's a couple of areas I still have to touch up, but once it dried, I did clear orange, again from Tamiya. This is the LP53 lacquer, and I did that lightly over the brown to kind of give it a little bit of a gloss, but also a little bit more depth in places. And then I used very thin strips of bare metal foil to flesh out the bed rails detail. So that looked pretty good. Can't wait to put the decals on the back, the tail lamps, and we're good. The body and the hood and the truck bed, they're all painted. Wherever you see here is bare metal foil. Still gonna kind of tinker with the Apache on the side, because the decals, the instructions state to paint part of this black. So I'm debating how I'm gonna go about doing that. But anyhow, that's bare metal, and the door's just painted out silver. The body, if you can take a look at this here, I'm gonna try and shine it as best I can. But if you see here, I had a little bit of orange peel, and I thought, well, I'll start with the hood. And what I did was, I have these little sanding pads and sanding sheets. I started with 1800 grit. I have to clean these out. But literally I took maybe 2 hours to wet sand this body. I started off with 1800, went to 24, 32, 36, 4000, and then ultimately I went to 6,000, 8,000, and 12,000 grit polishing cloths. These guys right here. Okay, Micromesh. And when that was done, the body, the hood, everything had this nice low gloss sheen to it. What I did then was I used Tamiya's Fine Polishing Compound. A little dab will do you on all that. And I used a separate cloth for all of this. When I was sanding, and then I would dry off after each sand coat, I kind of like washed it, just clear water, and then I used a towel to dry it off. When I did the polishing compound, I used an old rag that I cut into a square, did that, and then I put it out to the side. And then when I polished it, I used my Armor All Ultra Shine Butter Smooth Wax. Reason being, because that's the only wax that I have down here right now. I could use Zymol, I could use any wax I want to shine it up, and I used a separate cloth for that, and then ultimately to polish it, a third cloth still, you know, and they're from the same rag. My wife doesn't miss it. Then again, she doesn't know that I used it, so there. Anyhow, as you can see, the paint came out really nice, and then ultimately the wet sanding, the polishing, and ultimately the wax did really well. Okay, takes about 2 hours worth of work, but still it pays off. If you want a good looking kit that's going to sit well on your shelf, or even go to a contest with it, you know, take the time, put on some music, you know, and then just have at it. As you can see, I think it did really well with all that work. So with that, my daughter's kind of getting antsy. She wants to go run errands, and I don't blame her. I'd like to go run some errands too. I want to go over to the hobby shop and see if the latest model cars issue is out, and then kind of get some shopping done, come back here and start working on another video, which will be my entry video for the Mustang 60 group build that is being put on by Scale Speedworks. So I'm finally getting ready to put that together. I will have that in a separate video, and hopefully I'll have both of these out today and tomorrow, so you can enjoy them. As always, keep building the cool kits. Hopefully what we do here inspires you to do something with your kits. just have fun. Don't be afraid to try new stuff. You guys have a wonderful day. Catch you next video.